Let's talk some toys in here.
Hey, what's up everyone? Today it's the man-child. Alright, so I just got in the new Monolith spawn from Mcfarlane Toys. This one came from Amazon. Yeah, so pretty much he's just another, he's like a big Hulk-like Hell Spawn. I think he appeared in, I think it was Spawn issue 312, and he was a servant to Omega Spawn. I believe he fought Spawn and Overkill, defeated them both, and then later on, Spawn and Overkill teamed up with Monolith Spawn to fight Omega Spawn or defeat Omega Spawn from what I read and remember a little bit. I haven't really read the comics like I used to, but I like collecting the toys and like all these new creepy Spawn figures, you know, just been coming out, add to my collection, and this one looked pretty cool, so I picked them up. And here's a quick look at some cool art of Monolith Spawn on the back of the box. Want to check that out? Yeah, I always love the Spawn art. And the side, it's pretty much the same image on the side, and the side just a window. Alright, so we got the new Monolith Spawn out of the box. All right, give him a little look around here. Yeah, pretty cool. Reminds me of like a big Spawn Hulk. As far as scale, kind of like the Omega Spawn. You know, compared to a regular Spawn figure, which I'll bring one and compare it soon. It's okay. Could have been bigger, but this is sort of scale you get with this stuff. So, taking a look at the head and face sculpt. Yeah, I'm loving it. You know, really cool. Just typical Hellspawn eyes painted in there. I like the skulls on top. Check that out. Teeth, awesome sculpting, painting in there. Now the jaw doesn't articulate. It's all closed. Be cool if that opened up. As far as the head, you can go, you know, left to right, go down about that far and about that far up. That's about it. Now the neck piece a little loose in here. It's opening up, the body cavity kind of thing. It's just, that's not too bad, but I gotta watch basically with the moving the head around too much. So moving down to the chest and buck area, it's all typical Spawn biosuit, the big white plates in here, and of course, as we said, the main body's all red, like kind of going back to the original comic book Spawn kind of thing. Now he can spin left to right the waist and go, can only go forward and back about, okay, that back about that far. There's nothing cut up in the chest. Now this one doesn't feel too bad, you know, it's the articulation feels good as far as the joint in there, because my Omega Spawn was a mess. I actually siliconed mine to fix it, and I heard a lot of complaints with that particular joint. Now, it might vary figure to figure. I can see this being a problem too after a while, but mine's okay. Moving on to the belt. So it's got a cool belt with some weapons going on here and accessories. Now, looks like it's a separate sculpt, but it looks like it's like maybe plugged and glued in or something. Doesn't directly come off, but if you want to modify and take it off, looks like you could. Yeah, it's got a cool little Spawn face going in there. It's pretty neat. It's all in a metallic silver. Got some grenades. It's all part of the sculpt. Some plates, and this is chain, plastic chain on both sides. Got some more grenades here. Of course, there's the back piece where the chains are coming out of. So checking out the arms. Now the right and left arm looks pretty much the same as far as the accessories on it, but moving on to the right, checking out so we can go check out those cool skulls sculpting. They're like, looks like they're plugged into the arms. Looks like they can also take them off if you wanted to. It's probably a big peg hole in there, I'm assuming, but we can spin up, down, go out about that far because it's get hindered by the skull, so it hits the shoulder, the muscle on the shoulder. All right, we don't get down about that far. I don't know if this is a bicep swivel. No, I don't think so. No. Can go about that far up with the arm and down, not much because it's just so bulky. It's got this like wrist bracer thing with some spikes in here. It goes all around the hand. Also the arm, forearm. Looks like too it's a separate piece, but plugged or I don't know if it's slid on over the hand. Looks like it's plugged in. You can remove it anyway, I'm assuming, if you want to take the hands out. Pretty cool. Got some other these little plates in here. Pretty neat. Then moving down to the hand. So that's on the hinge. The hand can, you know, spin. So on it, like it looks like a hinge joint. Go, okay, out and in about that far. That's it. You got this spikes on the hand. You can see there. That, man, they're really sharp. Those two, they seem like a separate, I don't know if they're sculpt. No, they seem like a separate piece. If you want to remove it, you could, but it looks like you'd have to cut them or heat them up. Like maybe they're plugged in as well. And as I said, the left arm's all the same. Wrist bracer, spikes. But now this hand's a semi-open hand too with claws. You can see that, and this one has a punching fist on the left side. So it's really the only difference as far as the arms. Articulation's all the same. Oh, some cables painted, sculpted in. That's sculpted on. Right, so both sides, once again, are exactly the same. And taking a look at the articulation one more time on the arm, of course, the left arm now, very identical to the right with the skull, you know, hinders up here on the shoulder muscle, but I can see these being a problem in certain figures. Mine already seems very loose. I noticed that with a lot of these larger, like, once again, going back to the Mega Spawn. Mine's okay for now, but it's something you might want to watch. And let me see, see this one too. This one does a little better, and the hands are all the same. Goes in and out, spins. So moving on, back down to the waist. Now we know he spins here. Pretty soft. It's like a rubber piece down in here as part of this biosuit for the legs. Now the legs too. Moving on to the right leg, yeah, it's pretty cool. Muscle sculpting. Now we can go, take the legs for a second. Okay, we can do a split all the way out. Go forward, go back about that far. And when you go too far back, you see that gap in the joint in there. Bend up at the knee about that far forward. I don't know. Okay, so he spins at the knee too, huh? I thought it was the boot. Got these cool shin guard kind of things going, all steel. This also has another separate yellow, like a skin or just another piece of armor over this, which is cool. Unique from this. Actually, this side's different. It looks like, yeah. See, it has just different sculpting on this shin guard where this one don't, but it's still like old bent steel. So yeah, same thing. So they can go forward, back, bend at the knee, the whole deal. And this has like some pouches sculpt. Yeah, once again, it looks like it's almost, you could take it off if you wanted to, but it's in by pegs or something. And then moving down, so of course with the feet, we can go, let's see, we'll go with the left side. So that's like on a ratchet joint, can go up, like it's stuck down, twist side to side. And then he does have toe articulation, go up and down, and the other foot's pretty much the same. These are really tight in here too. You can, okay, like that. I don't go about that far and all. Okay, so you got to work them, go up and down. This one can spin as well as far as the articulation. So for a few side-by-side comparisons, just to compare some different Spawn figures against one another, and of course the size. We have the new Monolith Spawn against the Plague Spawn, so you can check those two out together. And here's a quick comparison with our typical Al Simmons Spawn. Now this was a Spawn that came with the newer Throne Spawn set. I have a custom cape with wires and cloth, which is really cool from eBay. Put some guns and swords and customize them a little bit. And of course, next to our new Spawn, the Monolith Spawn, so you want to check those out for size. Now I just brought in a newer Commando Spawn with some of the Spawn weapons, one pack. That's what I sent them up with against our new Spawn, so you can check those out together. And now here's a side-by-side comparison with the Omega Spawn, of course, against our Monolith Spawn, so you can check those two out together. It's like, yeah, the scale it's okay, I guess. Not perfect to the comic books, but just want to bring those in. And for one last comparison, a little bonus comparison, I brought in the 4-inch. This was a Soul Calibur Spawn that came out years ago, really highly detailed. A little articulated, comes with the axe. Sometimes I feel like this is the perfect size Spawn, or even maybe a little bit bigger, to go against guys like this Monolith Spawn and the Omega Spawn for scale-wise. And being that I'm a big Motu guy, gonna bring in my Masterverse movie He-Man with my custom head and my Classics Lord Grasp figure, just for size comparison, for anybody who wants to mix the figures up. That's what I do with them. So this figure is cool to mix with your Spawn stuff. Obviously, that's what it's intended for, or your, whatever, G.I. Joe, Master Universe, Thundercats. I'm going to mix them my Motu, between my Motu and the Spawn. Overall, it's pretty cool, Mine's standing okay. The articulation seems alright. I can see issues you're moving around too much, like the Omega Spawn, some of the newer Spawn stuff. I do like the overall design of the costume, the colors, all the, the sculpting for everything. The skulls are cool. I love that head sculpt. Pretty neat. He's a Hulk Spawn. He is bigger than the typical Spawns. It's maybe be nice if he was a little bigger. Going back to the comics, from what I remember, I don't think he's exactly to scale. Like, I think he should be bigger, but just like the Omega. But it is what it is. What we're getting in the box set. I think he's neat. So if you like this, particular character in a book, or you want something like a Hulk Spawn, mix him against your other figures, I'd go pick him up. He was in stock at Amazon. Some people have him on eBay. He might be on Mcfarlane Toy Store now, but I like him. I think he's worth it. So I appreciate all you guys watching. And until next time, take care.